Today we're going to do a cake that I've had for a long time. It's called a pineapple nut cake. And the recipe originally came from one of our older teachers in town. It was Mary Jones. And then my friend gave it to me, Forestine Ferris. She was one of my best friends. She's such a nice lady. But she's passed away a long time ago too. But she gave it to me too, and we both cooked it. So we've enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you cook it someday and enjoy it too. We're going to start out with our liquids. We're going to start out with 2 eggs. Two cups of sugar. 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Next, we're going to mix. We've got our eggs and our sugar and our cooking oil or vegetable oil in here. Now we're going to start adding our dry ingredients. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of soda, and we're having 2 cups of saffron flour. Now, if you wonder why most country ladies back when I was a kid, they all used self-rising flour because they didn't have any all-purpose. Not that it was not on the market, but they just didn't have it. They only had one kind of flour. So they did their baking, and all of these old recipes you get, the biggest part of them will have self-rising flour in them. Now we're going to use 1 can, and it's a 20 ounce of crushed pineapple. We want that drained, so I've got it already drained over here. So I think this is ready. Now we're going to spray this 9 by 13 inch pan with Joy. This is really a good cake. I've been making it for years, except I don't make it very often. I know my daughter came over here one day and I had this cake. She said, "Ooh, I love that cake. Why are you making it more?" I said, "Well, I don't have anybody they don't come see me like they ought to." I know, they're all busy. All my family work hard. That's what I trained them to do, so that's fine. Okay, we're going to level this out. A lot of times, when you're doing cakes, you can kind of come around like that a little bit. We're going to cook this on 350-degree oven for 45 minutes. We're going to do the icing for the cake. This is the only thing I've read about making this cake. You have to be very careful when you cook it on the stove. 1 cup of sugar. 1 small can of Carnation milk. You always use Carnation milk. I like it. We're going to put this on the top of the stove, and we're going to cook it till it's a little less than a soft ball, which is about 200 degrees. But you have to be very careful about this now and keep it stirred. This whole thing I hate about making this cake. You can mess this icing up and you run your whole cake. So we'll let that melt. Only thing about making this, you got to stay with it. You can't leave it. People have made cakes with icing like this, you'll understand that. But it's okay. You just have to be careful not overcook it. If you overcook it, it's going to get more like a hard candy. You can almost tell by looking at this when it gets done. It'll bubble up and look like holes in it. Then we'll check it with this thermometer and see where we are. I think this is ready. I think we need to take it off. We're going to add a cup of pecans, and we're going to add a 1/2 cup of coconut to it. And this is our icing. I think that's ready. Now our cake is out of the oven and we have our icing finished. So we're just going to spread this over it. It really has a good taste to it. I think we've finished our cake. I hope you try this cake. I hope you cook it and hope you enjoy it as much as our family does. And thank you for watching.